What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're zeroing in on the legendary Judge Simpson as he deals with a familiar face, a repeat offender who just can't resist running from traffic stops. It's courtroom chaos with a side of deja vu, so let's jump in and see how this all goes down.
Let's call the case of the people versus Patrick Petterpin.
Nicole Hughes on behalf of people.
First Assistant Public Defender Kalina Anderson with on behalf of Mr. Petterpin. Mr. Petterpin, can you state your name, please?
Patrick Petterpin.
What are we doing?
Your Honor, in these cases, I'm asking for an adjournment. We had requested some videos. I've received videos in 2 of the files. I'm asking for videos in the other 2. If we can have a 2-week adjournment to get those videos and share them with Mr. Petterpin. And he's also asking to address bonds.
Briefly, you can go
Thank
ahead
you,
and address mine. I'll adjourn these out to October 19th. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Petterpin's been in custody since September 5th. He does have a PR bond on the 1319, which is the larceny matter. He indicates to me that he does have a OWI case before Your Honor in 14-1. And in that matter, he was granted a personal bond with the GPS tether. He's yet to receive that tether. So he's not yet been released on that case either. He does have a job that's being held open for him at Saladino Construction in Ann Arbor. He's asking the court to consider personal bonds, especially in light of the fact that he will be on GPS tether if released.
We understand the concern, but here's the bottom line. This guy has a serious habit of running from the police every time he's stopped. Judge Simpson had already shown him some leniency, granting personal recognizance bonds in 2 separate fleeing and eluding cases. So why are we here today? Because he skipped both court dates. And when officers tried to arrest him on the bench, warrants, guess what, he ran again. That move likely tacked on 2, maybe even 3 more fleeing charges to his growing list.
Trons.
Yes, Your Honor. In these cases, I requested $25,000 cash surety on each, which I believe is what he was granted on the fleeing cases. Additionally, yesterday, I just charged this defendant with another fleeing third, and I requested an additional $25,000 on that file. There's a lot of cases. He usually has warrants out for his arrest, and when the police try to stop him or take him into custody for those arrests, he flees. There's one of these cases that's up for today. He has fled. The pursuit has to be terminated. A different case where he's ultimately able to be taken into custody, he starts talking to the police about the prior fleeing and says to them, I don't know if you were involved in that brigade, and they weren't, so he's making statements that are consistent with the other fleeing, despite that they don't otherwise even know about it.
Digging your own grave, this guy actually started bragging to an officer about a previous fleeing and eluding charge. The wild part, the officer never even brought it up. In jailhouse terms, that's what we call snitching on yourself, and that little slip up might be all it takes to hit him with a third fleeing and eluding charge.
Case in particular that's up for today, it's an entirely different situation, but it also ultimately has to be terminated. Police are called out to a parking lot. The defendant's in the driver's seat of the car. He's shirtless, profusely sweating, acting erratic. They ask him to get out of the car. He says, just let me put a shirt on. He proceeds to roll up the windows and peel out of the parking lot, taking them on a chase. I don't know what else to say other than he has 4 open fleeing cases now, all of which I've requested $25,000 cash surety on him.
And I think he poses a danger. I think he poses a danger to the community. Motion for bond reduction tonight. Bond will continue October 19th, 2023, 9 a.m. on all matters. Thank you.
Could you repeat that, Your Honor? I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Maybe if he stopped running from the police, he'd finally have the clarity to listen and actually hear what's being said. Sometimes the first step towards solving the problem is as simple as showing up and facing it.
Which part?
I guess
The motion for bond reduction has been denied. I've set these matters out, as your counsel has requested, a couple weeks to the 19th at 9 a.m.
Okay, now, as far as the bond, how many bonds do I have, or how many charges do I have, which you're addressing today?
Well, you have 4, and there's another one on the way.
Okay, so these You said there's another
Gotta
one.
be 5.
Again?
Gotta be 5. That doesn't include the ones that you have the other bonds on. So we 6 or 7, something like that.
So those are the ones that have yet to be arraigned on as well?
Well, there's one that's coming. I don't think you've been arraigned on that one.
Okay, and so with what I have been arraigned on, what are my current bonds? I know that I have at least 2 that are 25,000 if I'm not mistaken.
And that's just where things stand today. Let's not forget, he's already facing 2 $25,000 bonds from his earlier fleeing charges. Now, according to the prosecutor, a 5th charge is about to hit, which means yet another $25,000 bond could soon be added to the pile.
What are you asking?
I'm trying to get an idea of the bond, you know, the amount of money for the bonds, because I know that there are, if there are multiple charges.
Right now, your bond on case ending in 5666, that bond is set. You have his bonds laid out for now. I've got it, I think, right here. The bond on that case is $25,000 cash surety. On your other matter, the case ending in 1318, your bond is also set in the amount of $25,000 cash surety. On the case ending in 1319, your bond is set in the amount of $5,000 personal recognizance. On the other case ending in 1041, your bond is set. You have that one. That one is set at 1,010%. Those are the bonds that I have before me.
Okay. So that was 2 at 25,000, 1 at 5,000, and 1 at 1,000 cash surety, a couple PRs. And then you're letting me know that there will be an additional charge where I'm I get to be arraigned.
Yeah, there's another one to be arraigned, so that number may change.
Okay. I know that I was granted a PR for one of the charges with a $25,000 bond from you. And
Oh, I know.
That's exactly where it all fell apart. When Judge Simpson gives you a personal recognizance bond and you go out and get arrested for the same thing again, don't count on getting that kind of leniency a second time. At that point, you're not just burning bridges, you're probably waiting a long time before another opportunity like that comes your way.
Okay. So I know that, you know, you granted me that bond pending I get a GPS tether, and I believe that GPS tether would be able to keep track of where I am and so forth. So I'm just asking, asking you again, please, if you
You're asking you the same thing that your attorney so eloquently laid out to me that you're now just rehashing, and I denied it.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, I don't know what else I should do. You know what I mean? If that's something that I would like, and I would like to keep my employment. And I know that I myself don't pose the threat to the community, which the prosecution.
Well, when you run around high speed chasing, and all of this is alleged, and running away from the police, this court believes you do pose a risk to the community. And that's how I laid out my response to your counsel's argument.
I understand that. And I'm just, this is just my rebuttal, Your Honor. So
You're rebutting my order.
I'm just rebuttaling.
Yeah, that's
to
not
stand
gonna
up for
work.
myself.
Yeah, Judge, this isn't exactly the strongest defense we've ever seen. Whatever point he's trying to make, it's definitely not helping his case. Now, let's turn it over to Judge Simpson as he delivers a firm reality check to someone who clearly hasn't learned a thing.
You go for it.
Of course.
It's not going to work.
Okay. Well, what was that?
Ms. Anderson, anytime you want to step in, you can. I mean,
Your Honor, I think I've said all that has needed to be said, and Mr. Petterman has repeated it, and Your Honor has denied it twice. I'm ready to move on. Thank you.
All right.
What were those dates?
Thank you.
Always enjoy watching Judge Simpson work, and that hearing took place back on October 19th. You can bet I'll be tuning in right alongside all of you legal junkies for what's next. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If not, no hard feelings, hit dislike. Either way, drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, so you never miss a moment of courtroom action.